There we go. Stream is recording now. Now to remember what I was doing.
Yes?
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
Nope.
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Yeah, it really is.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
That's fixed. Yeah, it is, honestly.
What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
Also, there's the implication that, like, you died, like your mind died, and you're being brought back to life. That's cool.
Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Not a single person? Wow.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
I wish I had a voice like that.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
Well, I don't really care if it's muffled, you know? I think I usually sound muffled enough as it is.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the
Yay.
killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. Good.
All I need. Wait. Oh, the finger lift.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran Butter, soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
Let's do it.
Judging by the size
Yeah!
of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
The crater.
Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour.
That's a lot, isn't it?
The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. The panel served as a takeoff ramp.
Well, it's a lot if you're barreling off of a cliff or a hill or whatever. Like, if it's enough...
The vehicle soared through the
Yeah,
air,
like
hitting
at
the
20
billboard
miles,
and
you can do
upsetting
some
the
serious
post.
damage.
Then
like,
it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it.
At one point, I saw
The
somebody
sign
who like
broke
drove
the
their
vehicle's
car
fall
into a
into the
ditch, and they
canal.
were going only like 30 miles an hour. Which, like, it's slow when you're driving, but when you're actually, like, you know, about to die doing something dangerous, it's not slow. It's actually quite fast.
Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast.
Damn.
There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linear G22. It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage.
I would like to meet
Very
the
sturdy
person
but
who
light motor
did
carriage.
this. Give him a
More
little
likely than
shake
most
hand.
to survive that jump. You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis.
Did it.
The crumpled salmon and butter billboard, the lieutenant...
Hello, Stevie.
Any theories about what happened here?
It was in a real hurry. Reckless traffic hooliganism from top. This. That's
What kind
exactly
of
what
car
I
do you think it
said.
was?
I want to shake his hand.
That's quite likely, from what I can tell. Oh,
Exactly what I said. Had to be someone really cool and courageous. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me.
the traffic hooliganism? I hope not. Fortunately, we are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
I already have enough tasks as it is. I look cool now. In all honesty, I think fingerless gloves literally make
There are
everything
clothes
cooler.
inside.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Well, there's a good reason it's named this.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
I'm pretty sure, like, all the scratching and itching and sweating in the wrong places, like, everywhere is a wrong place.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
Keep the economy moving.
No good.
Oh.
All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist.
No luck? Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting the economy.
Man, I wish. Almost.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
Thank you for the follow.
I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to angry old René first.
You ain't gonna share? Aren't I just having a thought? Thank you.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
Uh-oh.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
Enjoy the game. Ah, shit.
Look, in his hand, going into his mouth. The sandwich. It's hauntingly beautiful.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Somebody grab Bunny. We have balls here. Like, spam ping her. She needs to know there's balls. We are grooving. What are you... My phone keeps on falling. Stop that. Technology was a mistake. Yeah, spam ping her. I don't know if you share any servers with her. I was honestly kind of joking, but like, yeah. But we are grooving. We're moving and a grooving.
No, you got this.
There's
the ball.
ball.
You're the game.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
Like,
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
I hope you pass out from it. You goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are the reason this nation is sinking.
Christ, man.
Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team. Get in the damn game already. Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
What? Did I...
This felt wrong. Wrong like touching your sister's breast. You threw your sister's breast.
Mon Dieu! Good job, officer. That was an excellent throw.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Gaston, and thank you, Stevie.
There are no two more harmful words an athlete can hear than good job. And this was downright embarrassing.
Rel, hello. Why did it feel so
Your
wrong?
muscle memory
Yeah.
knew what to do and went for it. But there were gaps.
Oh.
Yeah, gaps you tried to fill with
It's
thinking.
Disco Elysium.
We don't think in sports. We do.
Lame.
It felt like you were going for a thrust or a lunge.
No!
There was definitely gonna be jumping.
Damn it.
Maybe you scored a point, but this is a fiasco.
What are you talking about? You just executed a pretty much perfect pétanque throw.
I hope he's being genuine.
With a pinch of fear.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose,
Then
Gaston.
don't go to
Or
work.
even climb out of his ass.
Don't go to work. If it's shit, hit the bricks. Like I always say.
Right. Was the demonstration it? Or do you still need something from us, officer?
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
Money is weak. Look, Rel, I work. Like, that's my whole thing. I work. Like, that's my whole thing. You don't need to make money. Just live on the streets. Go, like, live in the woods. That's what I did for a little while. Yeah. Ninja was saying that the accents were either so bad they're good or just decent.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely. In
Well, you don't really
Martinez,
need any
the union is
maidens
the law.
or bitches.
So can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
Ooh, shots fired.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. I do.
Alrighty,
Fire
over
from
there.
heavy artillery. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country,
Oh, never mind.
execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
See, I think... Oh, that sucked. Oh, Rel, how was that? Do I have a good French laugh? You don't need to lie to me. Just say I did amazing.
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't so, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough. Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had
Thanks,
to
Rel.
soften the commies up first.
They licked me. What? Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So valiantly we got licked.
Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Name one American disco artist. Do it. Name one. And don't use Google. Nobody
Blood
talks
ground.
about Apple like
You
that.
got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on this city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
Okay, I don't know who that is, so they don't exist. Sorry. Okay, you got the name wrong. It's Earth, Wind, and Fire. Christ.
He approves of this radical approach, knows it was necessary.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Don't you nerd emoji me. Mods, ban him. Wait, I don't have any
it's your own
mods.
damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job.
I don't.
Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Yeah, right now, whoever makes the funniest joke gets to be mod. But, if somebody makes a funnier joke, the previous mod gets killed. Like, head on the chopping block, guillotine, things like that. Shit, I wasn't paying attention. You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding them. Stops mid-sentence and turns to you. What do you think? Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. Huh? No, I didn't say previous mods become banned. I just say they'd get killed.
No, they don't. But I'm sorry it had to be the coalition. After 8 years of fighting rabid commies, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains...
Okay, how many narcissists does it take to change a light bulb?
I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol. Or even if that damn clan Frissel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Not funny, didn't laugh.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio.
I think the music on the radio is good.
This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
So, you don't think anarcho-monarchism is good? Is that what you're saying?
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frissel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile. Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution. The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already.
They've forgotten already.
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
All you observe
Aw.
is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Okay, that cannot be comfortable.
Don't you mean Fristel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
That is so true.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you... From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. What are you, deaf? They're perfect, like rockstar politician and drug addict teacher. Embrace the superstardom you've worked so hard to establish.
He was just a fun guy.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Baye, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights.
Action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Yippee!
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away.
You better.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another.
No,
Rain falls
you haven't
down
just
on the world.
you haven't reached clown status yet. You
Your
gotta
shirt
get funnier
sticks
than
to
that.
your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Oh. I am funny. What are you talking about? I'm the funniest person I know.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Thanks. Fat clowns are like pathetic. But in the way, like a small, like wet dog in the rain is. Like, you gotta love them.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south.
Probably some kids.
They aren't. They're related to clowns, but they're not clowns. Like, I would say it's an all toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads thing. That's not even accurate. Yeah, same genus. Same genus, different species. Bird! Autosave. Can I pet the bird? Cannot pet the bird. I wouldn't say they're more badass. They're cute. No, they aren't.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no clue. It's just a wall.
Man.
So many walls all over Martinez. Whether
Well, how many poisonous toads are there? Like, so poisonous they could kill you just by touching your skin.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Hermit. Hermit would win.
the spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow.
Uh-oh.
This is bad mojo, man! Fucking horrible mojo! The end draws near!
Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter. Your breathing grows even heavier.
You okay there? You were looking pale there for a second. What are you looking at? Remnants from the revolution. These are over half a century old. Perhaps a
I thought
crime
it was
of a
something
sort
we did.
ages ago. But no, these do not warrant an investigation. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Should we go?
Yeah. Yippee. Why are you saying, wow, I'm right? Hermit is the type of guy to, like, hold himself together all the time, but I think once he, like, snaps, like... Oh, shit. Like, once he loses it, like, once he snaps, that's it. There's no going back. I'm not. I'm actually very correct here. Hold on, need to check on. Okay, cool. Face tracking is still working. When will I snap on stream? Wouldn't you like to know? I mean, if I tell you, it won't be as entertaining when it happens. And for all you know, I could have snapped already. What?
So much for a quiet smoke.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
I like this portrait. You found the glitched line?
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Oh, the glitched line, yeah. So does it only happen once, like when you click on it at first, or... Let's see. Not for me. Troubles found you.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
I ain't a smoker, but...
Apologies, but this is my last one.
Oh, okay.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Shut up and throw, kid.
I'm not throwing anything.
There's no way you'd catch that cigarette anyway. Yes, really. Don't even try. You'll just embarrass yourself.
As you wish. Is it really that important?
Well, I don't know, man. There's a body hanging
Like a nervous
nearby,
cat,
so
he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
I'm looking.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
Yeah, bub, what were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
Ooh.
Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching.
They really
spying
are nice on
through.
Sundays. Yeah, until very recently I was working on Sundays, so I never, was able... How is Saturday Friends a terrible idea? Most of the time where I've hung out with friends have been on Saturdays. Stay over at somebody's house on a Friday night, wake up on a Saturday, goof off all day. That is, one of the most sublime feelings one can have.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Okay, 1, that's a cool name. 2, I thought your name was Mayonnaise. I read it as Martin Mayonnaise. So I think that's what I'm gonna call you. Martin Mayonnaise.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Where were we last Sunday?
You already asked. No, not you two.
And when did you speak to this?
Last week?
You didn't answer.
Already went through this.
It was my Sunday.
Makes sense. He doesn't. Someone hides behind a curtain.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
I don't like this.
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry. Listen, I really have to go.
He really
Good luck with
has
the
to
investigation.
go. Thanks. Oh, bye-bye. I like his walk animation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like this, he could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building.
Is it that measure
Once we
head
found a
guy?
way.
Metaphorical.
trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep? Pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out? Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
Oh, yay.
Trying to sneak up on me again?
See, she's not sleeping, so I'm not trying to take her out while she's sleeping. Either way, that's very dishonorable.
Hey, up here, Piggo. The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
What are you going on
The
about?
streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
I am the law.
Had a battery of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters. Kinda like a man-o'-war.
Man of war, huh?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Patchwork of interesting critters. So true. No,
That
it's not.
was on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ooh, what
Probably
you
the Wild
doing?
Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
I love getting a bit wacky.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to us on. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium.
Yeah.
I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Well, that wasn't what I wanted to do, but...
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Catch you
Watch
later,
your back,
Cindy.
ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Wow. Let's talk to the
A
lady.
striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
My great-grandmother is named Joyce. I don't have a good impression of people named Joyce.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode.
Unusual.
Very unusual.
Very unusual.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
Thanks, suggestion.
Why, yes I am.
Does
The
she have a
boat?
name?
No, it is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
I can't believe she's misgendering the boat. Christ.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
So it's her boat, and she's misgendering it, and she doesn't even give it a name? Fucked up.
Okay, how about Cordelati 19? Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelati, and its hull is 19 paces long. The X something.
Ex-wife.
Thank you for the suggestion. I see the word has emotional resonance for you. For me, my sloop, I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
The eel's hips.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not?
Caillou, like the guy.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle.
Patrol and pursuit.
It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Good. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they...
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things.
Do blimps exist in this world? Cool.
And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Billion with a B? Okay.
A billion?
So yeah, blimp. Now, what exactly is a billion?
Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary, but they are quite real for the 72,000 employees who depend on Wild Pines for their paychecks. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It is a tremendous responsibility.
Where does it get the billions? Like, what does this place do?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain.
On behalf of the suzerain.
Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted centuries of care, deliberate. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
Yeah,
We
the
built
company
this
is
district.
nothing.
All the
Means
best
nothing.
parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions. The plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
Yeah, and look at where it is now. You're nothing without your employees.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone. Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Aww.
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
Squinting.
A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, late 40s style.
It's cute.
While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you. You misery-clad simian. Barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable.
And?
You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not
You
ashamed.
think your little
Yeah.
communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to...
I don't care.
Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, he's
As
here.
I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
I'll save that one for last.
Everything. right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Well, I'm not about dishonoring the force. I just don't want Kim to not like me. Well, just sit back and enjoy the ride, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna keep getting weirder.
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a
Thank you,
grocery
Stevie.
clerk.
I like you too.
I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
Man, her job sounds boring.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh,
yes,
him, yeah.
Jean-Luc Measurehead. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
Yeah, like, you see, the racist lorry driver wasn't entertaining, but Measurehead was. Yeah. Goodbye, Rel. Have a good rest of your day.
And when did you first arrive?
When did she?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike
Hello?
began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
Hey,
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
I sure hope
Heavens
not.
no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Oh, we can't pay our workers overtime. Wow, we can't pay our workers overtime. We don't have enough money. Woo woo.
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Oh, so they want a co-op.
Uwu? Wait, no, uwu? Oh no, please, Mr. Union Worker Desu.
I don't know what to think about it. No, I like her. I just don't like it when people hoard
Fortunately,
their
they
money.
explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you
Okay.
understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
Long live the workers.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
Please, Mr. Union, cut my pay.
I'm not gonna read the rest of
I'm
that.
not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just
Not
their
gonna.
opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
Yeah, honestly, if I were them, I'd make like a really outrageously high demand up front, and then I'd negotiate until it gets... I'd negotiate until it gets to like a reasonable level, and then I'd repeat the process over again. Like, hey, can I have... No, it's fine. I just... That caught me off guard.
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
If there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his
Hi,
aversion
Ninja.
to work. I think he said it was Call Me Manana.
Oh, him. I like him. He's pretty cool.
This checks out.
The scabs.
Yeah, still
You mean the
amnesia.
huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Aw.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically
Aw.
corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Oh, come on. I had some hope here.
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
That is awful. And here I had, like, good help. The character is gone from the corner. Hold on just a minute. Huh. Did it, like, glitch out for a minute, maybe? Because I had to look down. Yeah, I was looking down, and sometimes the VC face will mess it up.
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
Shit
A
show?
mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Oh, well.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
Okay.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers. Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union.
Yeah, after the stream is over, just DM me and I will shoot you one.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
Ooh, aggressive posturing.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Indeed. The
Could
company
that
suspects
be
foul
Sylvie?
play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union
No.
matter.
Maybe. I don't know.
The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, man. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
Voila, you're doing it.
Awesome.
Really put your back into it. Yell it from the top of your lungs.
Okay, gotta pick one. Gotta pick one. This one's gonna be hard. Can I have some money, ma'am?
Of course. How much do you need?
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this.
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She removes
Such
the
a
two notes
kind
and hands them to you.
woman.
The paper is cold and oily to the touch.
No, we're gonna pay off an
Whoa. Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot.
No.
Can you eat honor?
No.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
Sadly, no. I don't think she's gonna give me any more money, and I don't want to ask for more. But in real life, if somebody wants to hook me up with a sugar mommy, please do it. Do not hesitate. I want to be spoiled by an older woman.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries? Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
Quite a few things.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask
You're not
your
even gonna
names and badge
share?
numbers.
You're not even gonna share your sugar mommy? Why? You realize that mothers can have more than one child, right? The same should apply for sugar mommies, if I'm not mistaken.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Yeah. Cool.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Yeah, like in a nuclear family, unless, like, she's divorced or just single.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Yeah.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this.
She's a
Yes!
negotiator. Just float a favor at her.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
Very
You're
tangible.
in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
Okay.
Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Let's address these thoughts. Can you move, please?
Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey, you. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
We're down the
He
street?
keeps saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets.
I have not
Literally
said a
murder
single
all
thing
human
like
beings.
that.
Funky style. Very funky.
Funky
tell me,
style
Do
indeed.
you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
He doesn't. Also, no, that's not our character. That is his different aspects of. I don't know.
It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
Well, it's as they say, Stevie, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. I need money. Like, you can't just be communist. You gotta have money. You gotta make money in order to make changes. Like, do you seriously think, well, actually, no. Okay. Do you seriously think, excuse me, what'd you just call me? What did you just call me? A dumbass? Yeah, redistribute the wealth,
You alone,
buddy.
against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class.
No,
Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers.
I
Million-headed
asked you
armies
if
of
you
nations
called me a
and the love
dumbass.
Of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed.
Yes.
Now get to work. Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Too late to back out now.
Communism for the win.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What
That's
I
a
propose
girl.
is we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's
Socialism
done
is just
and
the
demand for her
stepping stone
information
between
immediately.
capitalism and communism.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months. I'm sure you will, Detective.
Thank you. I won't let you down. I promise. Yeah, on paper, they both should work. Like, the reason people say communism has failed is because communism has a goal. Capitalism does not. Actually, no. Capitalism does have a goal, and that is make money. So, it's really hard to not fail. Well, no, not even make money. The goal of communism, not communism, what? The goal
A sturdy
of
metal
capitalism
door guards
is
the southwest
to...
entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
The goal of capitalism is to make as much money as possible and just keep making. Right?
This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Yeah, we just gotta try one more time. That's exactly what I'm getting at.
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
I'm dragging somebody in here. Okay.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Communism is the drunk British worker in the pub.
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
Come on, we're all in good fun over here, and the game is encouraging us to be as radical as possible, right?
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? With the smoker? You already were there. Didn't.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
This could work.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
No, my ideology is the only correct one. However, it is up to you guys to figure out what that may be.
Obviously, look at that vague yet threatening stuff spewing forth from your mouth.
I know my rights, and don't you marm me, boy.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Hold your horses.
Please don't
I
die,
don't
old
care
lady.
about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Thank you.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Oh no.
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever guesses what my ideology is gets mod status. And whoever can write the best academic article about said
You're still
ideology
worried.
can,
It's
you know,
very worrying.
be mod.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman? Ask away, policeman. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others. The artiste? She leaves...
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
It's
you'll
more
find
nuanced
plenty
than
of
that.
Martins here. Don't you worry.
I'm looking for a real person named Martin Mayonnaise. He told me he's Martin Mayonnaise.
Brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martinaise is a name for anyone who comes from Martinaise. Like
Fooled.
Jim Jamrock
I've been
or
fooled.
Raoul Ravachol.
I'm such a fool.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
You're close.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
This is what an auditory processing disorder is like, I think.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
No, don't talk.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Yeah, and if they don't like their living quarters, they'll just leave.
If you can call it living.
Like, I hear people talk about how unethical it is to, like, eat honey and stuff. But bees are unionized. We are unionized,
it's
okay?
barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the cold room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
It's so sad. Cats. Cats domesticated themselves. You know, it is old. Yeah. Come to think of it, I think most animals just kind of agreed to be domesticated. Because domestication is a two-way street. So based. Yes, it is. Yes, they can. Fuck it. Let's go. Cigarette butts and electric wires? That does not sound like a good combination.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone...
No one answers.
Open up!
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch... We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
9 p.m. Got it.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him.
You know, I've said it once and I've said it before, like, these attributes and stuff have such amazing, like, portraits.
No one answers.
We should return tomorrow.
Well, we don't have enough forests left. Yeah, we don't have that many forests left.
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
This doesn't sound like communist.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear to symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it. The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it. Because white is the color of peace. Gone,
nice.
Gone is the glory of hope.
Aww.
Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain in dirty hallways. A shift in temperature, the air chills around you. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Faint pencil lines on paper depict that it's clean and empty, with new tapestry.
Torn down the wall. Let's go. I love torn walls. That clinking noise is very satisfying. Literally scratches my brain in the right place. I like it. I like it. Let's see. Do I gotta replace my hat? Oh, never mind. The glasses are right there. Looking sharp. Nice. Sometimes you gotta rely on your schizo feelings. Or something, I don't know. Man, look at this stylish man. Okay, I'm taking the hat off. Wait, do I only have one shoe on? Oh my god! Yeah, I know I can run. I just can't remember how to do it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see now. He's the job for every man. It's so embarrassing, I swear. Oh, the Lazarus.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment, officer.
I thought I picked up both shoes. Yeah, shoe!
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
Oh.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
There is no surprise in his voice, only careless superiority.
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look at what? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? Do that. I need to...
It's not fucking cryo-acta latte. It's super glue, Doc.
Yeah, I was kind of worried that it's lagging.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57, over.
In the cabin, you see a...
My internet might be kind of bad right now. So... yeah, that's how we do it. That's the kind of fastness I'm looking for. Fuck you. Let me check.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Okay. Oh shit, I think I just... there we go. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check on this. Why are you big all of a sudden? Stop that. There we go. Seamless blending together. Yeah, I'll get that checked out after the stream, because I really don't know what the problem is with it. Closer. There we go. Y'all didn't need to see me like that. Yeah, definitely gonna.
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Thank you.
Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock the Kowalson crane over using some remote controls.
I like you.
Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
We don't.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
Something changes in his disposition. A merciful smile in the corner of his eye.
Oh.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however. First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
Well, Mr. Call Me Mianana, however it's pronounced, I will take your advice. Yippee! Hi.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then, to you, he lets out an audible sigh.
I'm sorry.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailorite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself.
Truth I've denied myself?
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
I'm starting to regret doing this because, like, even listening to this in real life, I'm beginning to lose brain cells.
Those are the Simones, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
I don't think that's true.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal.
Does it?
Wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
This doesn't... Okay, so it says that it's genetic, yeah, but it doesn't say if it's caused by incest. What causes it? This lactose non... Look, we are going to take a little pause on this game, sorry. And actually I can't pause right now. But we are gonna learn about this. I could, but I don't want to risk that right now. But we are on a fucking mission right now. We gotta know. I gotta know. Does it cause inbreed? Does... I gotta know. We're gonna learn about this together. Does do this. We gotta know. 800, let's make this 900. Like, I know I could probably do it, but do I wanna? Not right now. Besides, we gotta look into lactose intolerance. Clues. Superfood. Tolerance. But if you're malnourished, then you'll die. Wow. Round of applause for Thomas. We know what causes death. This didn't answer my question! I asked a simple question. Does inbreeding cause lactose intolerance? Is lactose intolerance a result of inbreeding? Nope. Is lactose... Well, we already know that. This isn't what I asked. I don't need to know what inbreeding is. I know what inbreeding is. So now are you gonna imply that Jewish people inbred? Oh my god. Inbreeding in dairy cattle. This is gonna haunt me. It's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. Back to the game. I hate this. I hate this so much that I'm gonna have the sad face on for now. Who exactly are
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Why?
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and Tesso-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
You can't just say things without proof.
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities.
Also, like, why is he shirtless? Isn't it, like, really cold out?
The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum. As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Semenese and the Areopagite are on the ascent.
Okay. Semenese are...
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago.
Yeah, he only has a slight
Semenese
bias.
inhabit the southern islands. I am Semenese, from the stock of Ulmuir on Ile de Fantôme.
See, unlike the racist lorry driver, at least I can, like, be baffled by this guy's beliefs.
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ilmaran deserts.
Like, doesn't really know how genetics work? Yeah.
Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration.
Thank you for the follow,
Ilmaran
Dolahan.
to Iceland. Thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun Occidentals discovered this place. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
Is he describing a snake?
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more type A races in the world.
Proof has to be peer-reviewed! It has to be peer-reviewed!
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
Mud
To
color?
an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct muddy color. And so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic
Thank you!
and cultural domination that the grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb and for eating potato.
Yeah, the more I listen to him, like accent, like bullshit and everything, I'm losing brain cells by the second. Just absolutely decimated, my brain cells. Just for every 10 brain cells there are, one of them is being, like, beheaded.
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potard.
Because they're
the only
good.
thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Potatoes are good.
The Vacholians,
You can put them in a soup, you can put them in a stew, you can fry them, you can boil them, you can
You tried your degenerate
grill them, you can bake them, you can do a lot of things. You can roast them,
82,000-year history.
you can mash them, you can boil them. Yeah, you can do a lot of things with potatoes.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
Yeah, I'm losing brain cells. It seems more than a little off. Let's just agree on that, encyclopedia.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
Oh,
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zaraz-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia.
Yeah, it could be the connection, or it could be that Twitch just has a delay.
The revolution is fatal.
Because it does. It's delayed by, like, a few minutes.
Hereditary prion condition passed from the Khoico to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
Yeah, this guy doesn't know anything.
Enough of type mediocrity. Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me. It would be cruel to entertain ourselves with their deformities. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on? You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it. We will see.
We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation.
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously?
Base moment.
Lost, though. Buckled away at the last gate.
This entire
This is why
stream
your
has been a
upper
beast
hoop will
moment.
never rise from the ashes. Now, I need to luxuriate in the private company of my babe. Leave me.
Of his babe. Ooh. I think Ancient Aliens being racist is like a given at this point. Like, part of the joy of watching it is just the racism. But Ancient Aliens is all true, trust me. I asked the Ancient Aliens themselves. They said it was real. Ancient Aliens, it's all true. I'm an expert just like you, and just like you, I'm a genius. Before my time, disbelieving that's the real crime. Pretty soon they'll discover me in the superstar capsule. Humanot.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane.
Do you know how to
Even by
fix the
standards
desync?
of the Philippian kings,
Like a few minutes.
old
Do you know how to
sumptuous Philip
desync it?
was known for his profligacy.
In what
Well,
way?
he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices.
Just as long as there's no bathtubs made of fuchsia involved, I think he's okay in my
Called
book.
it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
That does not sound comfortable at all. They were dipped in gold. Like, I know gold is malleable. Yeah, I mean, gold is malleable, but I don't know. Huh.
The man certainly knew how to live.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
Cocaine addiction? Tell me
You
more.
see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Not just any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple.
Purple?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay. Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum, a group of marble pleurons still surround the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly cold wind sweeps up candy wrappers and old newspapers.
Yeah, a while ago when I was first getting my PC, I did, like, seriously think about getting an Ethernet cable, but then I figured, oh, well, it's fine. The internet isn't running that slow. I don't need it. That was in the beginning of May. How do I see what that is? Okay, I see that now. Automatically start replay buffer when stream. Okay. I see it now. I don't think I can turn it on right now. Can I? Okay. Yeah, I will figure it out.
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution when Martinaise was leveled. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. People in Martinaise tend to agree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death.
Good to know.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your... No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Alright, yeah, because of the buffering, we're also at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Once I reach a stopping point, like maybe after this conversation, I am gonna stop the stream. Yeah. Internet's been really bad lately, though. No clue why. Well, that's all, folks. Thank you for coming. Let's get me bigger right now. Boom, jump scared. Thank you for coming to the stream. Sorry about the buffering. I'm really gonna try and get that figured out because I thought it would be fine, but now I see that it's not. And I think I'll be able to fix it soon. I can probably call like a cable guy or something. Whew, anyway. I'm sorry, I didn't know! Literally, stop making fun of me! Stop! You know what? No, leave! Leave and never return, I hate you! Bye.